guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. So if you guys saw my last two videos, you would have seen that I have been buying a lot of new makeup. So today I want to do a full face testing the new makeup that I got. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a lip oil. I like to put on an oil or a chapstick before I start my makeup, so that way my lips are nice and hydrated whenever I'm ready for them. This is the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Local Time. I will say I really do like this. I tried it in my haul video and I fell in love with it. It's really lightweight and buttery. It feels really hydrating on my lips. It makes my lips feel really smooth, and it's only $8. I highly recommend checking into those if you like lip oils. I think you would really like this one. So let's go ahead and start with primer. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this little packet. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I got this from my birthday gift from Sephora, and I want to know if I should go and buy more. So I'm gonna go ahead and test this out along with the CoverFX Water Cloud Primer. This is supposed to fight against pollution and blue light rays. So I'm gonna go ahead and test both of these out. So I'm gonna start with the Hydro Grip. I've already cleaned and moisturized my face, so I'm just ready to go in. So I just got a little bit. I'm just gonna dab it where I think I would want it. I think my forehead, my nose for sure, and my chin. It does have a slight smell to it, but it's like a clean smell. It's not like a fragrance or anything. I'm just gonna take that and rub it in where I would need it the most. A lot of people say that it gets really tacky as they're rubbing it in, but I'm not having that issue. As you can see, like, it's just gliding. And I'm just gonna take that in the lines where I tend to crease the most. Okay, and that is with the Hydro Grip Primer on. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Water Cloud Primer on the outside of my face, since that I don't really have a problem with it needing to be sticky. This is like a light blue teal color. It's like a weird goopy texture. And I'm just gonna, again, take that on the outsides of my face. Okay, so that is both primers on, and this one is definitely starting to feel a bit more on the tacky side, but it's not terrible. It's just like okay. It's definitely not as grippy as everyone made it seem like it was just from touching it. So far I like it. It seems to be filling in a bit of my pores, and if it keeps the foundation on, I will be really excited. So for my foundation, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Foundation. This is in the shade Light 55N. This is what the bottle looks like. I fully bought this because of Raw Beauty Christie. I'm blaming her for my spending problems. This is supposed to be a medium buildable coverage, so let's go ahead and see. I did go ahead and pump some out earlier just so I could shade match it to make sure it'd be okay. So I did go ahead and take 2 pumps, and I'm going to take my wet $1 Billion Brow Sponge, and again I'm just going to tap that in, and then I'm just going to blend it. And then right here where I need some extra help, I am just going to go ahead, put one more layer because it does say medium buildable, and just taking that and blending it all together. So it is definitely buildable. I will say on my nose where I put the Hydro Grip Primer, it is sticking so much easier than I would normally have to work with for my foundation. So that is what the foundation on this side of my face looks like. It looks really natural, and like my skin is still breathing through the foundation. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the foundation on, and I do still have a little bit left. And of course, to go with that foundation, I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and this is in the shade Light 40N. We did go down a shade, so I had that little bit of a brightening effect. Since this foundation coverage is a lot lighter than what I'm used to, I'm going to use a lot less concealer, and I'm just going to go like that and call it a day. And then just a little bit up here. And I do want to test this on my chin with that Hydro Grip Primer. I'm wondering, since I have trouble blending concealer straight onto there, if with that Hydro Grip Primer it'll be a little bit easier, since my nose was so much easier. So let's go ahead and find out. I didn't want to test it on my nose in case it did break down. I didn't want to have to redo that. It's easier to do my chin, but on the chin it didn't break it down, and it held it really well. Let me go ahead and do just the smallest bit on my nose just to see if it works on there too. Just like that, just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take the flatter side and blend that in, just because it's a little bit easier to keep it nice and small. No! Okay, we were hoping too soon. As you can see, it did definitely break that down. So I'm just gonna go over it again. Okay, so my nose is back to normal. It did hold up really nice up here where I did put a bit more of that Hydro Grip Primer. So maybe I just need a little bit more on the tip of my nose area. And now I'm just gonna take the concealer that's under my eyes and go ahead and blend this in. I think I'm just gonna go in with one more dab of it, just towards the more so on the inner corner. And as you can see on this eye, it definitely did dry down a little bit darker. So this is what the foundation and the concealer are looking like. You can definitely see through it more on camera, but I also do have that big bright light pointing at me. In person, I really actually like it so far. It's a lot less coverage than what I'm used to. I'm used to full coverage, full coverage, full coverage. I am trying to break that habit and let my skin kind of show through a little bit. Typically dewy foundations aren't for me. I do have oily combination skin type, but I've been setting them heavier, which makes them more on the matte side. I'm going to try and not do that today. I'm going to try and keep it more so on that natural side, like it is showing right now on my skin. So far, I really like it. So to set everything, I am going to use that Milk Makeup. This is the translucent light powder, and it does come with a little like sponge to apply it. I'm just going to go ahead and use my brush because I do want to keep this really light today. Okay, so I actually like this packaging. When you open it up, this is what you see, and you see this little sponge that comes out. Then you go ahead and you lift this and you pull the sticker off, and then there is this thing in here holding it together. I don't know if you're supposed to keep this or not. I'm going to, just because it's a lot cleaner, and that way if you're traveling it fits in that hole perfectly. So I'm just going to take this brush. It's just a fluffy powder brush. So I'm going to tap out those creases, get some on my brush, and then go right under my eye first, just like that. And I'm going to go do the same on my other side. I'm going to go ahead and try out that sponge. So I got some on that sponge. I'm not going to bake, but I'm going to use this just to get in there a little bit easier. Just going to tap that into there and then just brush it off right away. And then the same thing on the other side. And then again, just taking it right away. I am having a little bit of trouble being able to get the powder out of here. I like to keep mine in here, so normally I like to fill this up a little bit, but I am finding it a little bit difficult. And again, just keeping this really light. And I'm just gonna take a little bit on that forehead as well. Okay, so I probably look a little bit just a little bit different. My camera died, and I didn't realize until I had finished my eyes that it had died. So I did go ahead and take everything off, and I put it all back on up until my setting powder. I went ahead and redid everything. Same exact products, same application style, everything. I do think it left off on the powder where I was setting under my face, so I did just go ahead and take a big brush and lightly go like this to set everything. And this is what it is looking like set. So for my bronzer, I'm going to take this palette right here. This is the Wander Beauty Trip for Two palette. Again, I did use it, but it did take me a little bit to build up, so I'm going to take this brush right here. This is a BH Cosmetics 126 brush, and I'm just going to swirl this in here, tap off the extra, and then start applying it like I normally do, starting further back and working my way in, just like so. So that is what that is looking like, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of my face. If you were interested in how I apply any of the products to my face in full detail, I'll be sure to link below how I create a flawless base. I made a video on that, and I will definitely link it down below for you guys to check out. So that is what that is looking like, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that to the rest of my face. So this is what my face is looking like with that bronzer on. For my blush, I have this Serafina by Juvia's Place. This is the one we got in our Juvia's Place unboxing. This is the lighter of the two. It is very pigmented. I just barely tapped into this, so I'm going to take this on a very light hand and just kind of dab it on, and then go to the other side and dab the rest on, just so that way there isn't an excessive amount of pigment, especially with such a deep blue eye. And then I'm actually going to take the powder brush I used to blend this in, and that is going to help dilute the color a little bit more and help blend it in, so it'll look like that. So that is what it is looking like with the blush on. Then let's move into our highlighter. I'm going to use this mini Marc Jacobs Dewdrops in the shade Do You, and to do this I'm going to take a fan brush, and I'm going just to take a small amount on my finger, and I'm just going to get some on that fan brush and apply it just kind of like that to blend it. And that is what that is looking like compared to with none. So it is very light, very natural if you do it like this way with a brush. This is also over powder. I did forget to apply this first before I set everything, and that is what it is looking like with the highlighter. It is very nice, very pretty. I absolutely love this. It just looks like glossy tint on my skin, as if I were having that natural glow. I actually really like this for my nose highlighter, so I will definitely be using this again. So to set that highlighter, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Peach Punch highlighter in the shade 110. And for this one, I am going to use this Juvia's Place. It does look dirty. It's just this product on here. Like I said, I am refilming this part. I did wash this brush and none of the bristles came out, which is really good. So I'm just going to tap that in tap off the extra. This is a very powdery highlighter. In the container there is a lot of kickback, but it is a very pretty color. And see how it just adds to that glow and intensifies it? Let's go ahead and do it on this side as well. And I really do like this highlighter brush. This is the brush from Juvia's Place. This is the JP Highlighter Brush 01. And that is what that's looking like. And then I am just going to go ahead and top that off on my nose very lightly with what is left on the brush from my face. Just like that. And that is what that is looking like. So next up I have my eyebrows. So for this I'm going to start off with a pencil. And for that I'm going to use this one. This is by, I believe it's Oma. I'm really sorry. This is the 3-in-1 pencil from my haul, and I'm just going to go ahead and brush through my brows just to kind of help shape them a little bit, just so I have a rough estimate of what I am doing. And now I'm going to go ahead and flip that pencil over from the spoolie to the pencil part, and it is a really interesting shape. It is like a small little triangle, and I'm just gonna run this through my brows. So that did definitely fill them in, and then I'm just gonna brush that through just like that. So that is the before and after. And then it does have a little brow highlight in here, but because I have this look on, I'm not gonna use that today. And then on that brow as well, I'm going to go in with a blowout, the same brand, and this is in the shade 05, and I'm just gonna use that to set that pencil in. And it is just your standard little spoolie brow gel. I really like this though. It does leave like brush hair strokes, so it gives it some nice little dimension. So that is what the brow is looking like compared to with nothing on. I really like it. I do like my brows to be a bit thicker, and since you can kind of see brush hair strokes throughout it, I really actually like it, and I will be using this combination again. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do the other eyebrow, and I will be right back. That is what my eyebrows are looking like. They definitely do not match, but that's okay. Yes. So this is what the eyebrows are looking like. They definitely don't match each other, but it's whatever. I'm going to get my eyebrows done in a little bit. So let's go ahead and do my lips real quick. Since I have such a bold eye on, I want to do a very nude lip. So maybe this. This is the Essence. This is Nude 01. This is what it looks like. I didn't have a lip liner, so I'm just going in straight with the lipstick. I feel like this is going to be the one. Okay, this is what that lipstick is looking like. I really like it. It's really soft and creamy. It is definitely nude. It actually feels like moisturizing. I like to lock this in with a gloss, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Wet Cherry by Lime Crime. I'm going to apply this on my finger to apply it to my lips, just so that way I don't stain the applicator. So just kind of like that. As you'll see when I start my eyelashes, this lip gloss and lipstick came off so fast. This does have a interesting smell, and that is what everything is looking like. So that is my face done with the lip, using a full face of brand new makeup that I just got. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes. This is now application number 3. Hey guys, I'm not sure what happened to my video here. I was having a lot of trouble filming this day. I filmed each look, the base and the eyes, twice. So I ended up losing this part of the video where I applied the eyeliner twice already. And then I'm going to let this dry. I know that this is a bit everywhere. These are the Allure Full Mink Wispies. I did apply 2 coats already, let it dry fully. You're seeing the 3rd coat, and then now we are all cut up. So I'm going to let these dry real quick, and then we will be popping these lashes on. These are the Mink Wispies. And then I'm just going to take this and just pop it onto my lash line, just like that. So that is what the lash looks like. I'd normally go for something a little bit more dramatic for a look like this, but in the spirit of only using new to me items, this is the lash I'm going to use. And then just going to go ahead and pop the other one on. So that is what this look looks like. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. I do like these lashes. I did have a little bit of trouble getting them to actually sit down at first, but after they stuck down, they're pretty snug. Like, they're pretty well on there. I might actually be using these again. They were pretty easy to do, especially with it just being the liner. They just go right on. Okay guys, so this is the final look with the lashes on, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I hope to see you in the next one. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to get the notification for the next one. Bye!